Day 10. Got to get a little creative today. Let's get right into our front forward fold. I'm going to talk you through why the forward fold is so important. Sometimes I think I may be trying to bring some lessons into these evenings. Forgot to express just how important this forward fold is and why it's so great. I'm also going to give you a tip on how you can make your workouts, your runs, your evening stretch that much easier to do. So let's sink into it today. Made it to day 10. If you've come this far and you're finding these videos are worthwhile, do me a favor. Help the channel grow. Give it a like, subscribe, comment, please. Tell me how it's going. Give me other ideas of things you want to work on in your personal development. It really does make a big difference, and it's appreciated. Breathe. So, I talk about this being one of the best stretches there is. And it's just because it hits so many physical parts of the body. Our calf muscles, the hamstrings, lower back, our spine. Physically, second to none, I think, for a stretch. I love that when we do it, we can bring some breathing into it. We talk about bundling. This is so great because I can be getting this incredible physical stretch, but I also can practice my breath work. We've done some coherence breathing. We're going to keep doing that again. It's the best for me anyway. Just love it. But also, when we hold a stretch for this long, it really becomes a mental thing. It becomes more mental than physical almost when you're trying to hold a stretch for 10 minutes or so. Where can you feel it? Just notice and be with it. Just accept when you go a little bit deeper, it's like, oh, I really feel it in my back today, or my hamstrings. I like the idea of going to the edge and going a little beyond. That's where the mental aspect comes in. It's like, I think I can. One of the hardest things when you're starting a new habit, or just when you're doing anything, going running, going to do a yoga practice, is we focus too much at the beginning. And the beginning is often the hardest part. So what if we were to shift our attention and focus on the middle or the end of the workout? Because I know if I want to go out for a run, as often as I've done it, it still is difficult to get going, get started sometimes. But if I shift my attention into the middle of the run instead of beginning of the run, I know in the middle of the run, I know I'm going to feel. My body's going to be loose. The endorphins are going to start to flow. I'm going to be releasing dopamine. I'm going to start to feel good. And I know if I start to think about that part of the run, it helps me get going. And if that doesn't work, I can focus on the end of the run, where I know I'm going to feel good. Even if the run didn't go that well, I'm going to have a sense of achievement, accomplishment. I feel proud of myself for getting out and doing it. I'm going to be, maybe even if I'm stiff and sore, I love that stiff and soreness from actually doing stuff. Feel alive. So I put my attention, in this moment I'm going to put my attention right here on this breath and sinking a little deeper into my stretch. But if I put my attention on the middle or the end of my run, it makes the beginning a lot easier. So next time you have something that you want to do but it's difficult, can you put the attention into the middle or the end rather than at the beginning, which is often the hardest part. It really does work. We reframe things. So tonight I had to find a different spot. Things are busy at the house. It's like, there's a moment of, got to do this evening stretch. And I took my mind off the beginning and I put it to the middle, which is about right now. And I'm feeling good. I definitely feel good, better than I did at the beginning. And I put my attention to the end when I know I'll feel great. Once I'm done, even 10 minutes, I'm just like, yes, I did it. Really, we're starting to build some momentum and a consistency and a discipline as we're really strengthening that muscle, as well as getting more flexible. There's a lot of things that we can, if we want to meditate or journal, beginning is often the hardest part. And like anything, it takes some time to get warmed up. If we're going to write, the first bit of our writing is never great. It just takes the mind a bit of warming up, just like it does the body if we're running. So give us a grace period at the beginning, knowing it's not the best at the beginning, but so I'm going to totally focus on the middle or the end when I know I'm feeling great. You're going to feel great, at least better. And then we bring our attention back into the forward fold and how this can become a real meditative practice also. And quiet our mind, especially when the mind's going berserk, like, I want to get up. It's like, okay, this is the test. This is the point, to create some stress so that when I get caught off in traffic, or I'm dealing with a difficult client, or difficult coworker, whatever it might be, it's like, oh, wait. I've challenged the mind. I've put it through a little bit of stress. I can handle things. And in that, we quiet our mind. This front fold can, as it stretches so many of our muscles and gets into the deep fascia as we hold it for longer, it also works as a real mental training. I'm trying to combining a couple things today, as I talk often like to bundle the benefits of this simple stretch, but also reframing how we look at things, and rather than focusing on the beginning, focus on the middle of the end. A little gentle bounce for me feels nice. You just do what's nice for you. Sometimes if it's not going great and you lift up the knees a bit, just to give you a little bit more space can be good too. Let's spend our last minute or so here really focusing on our breath and deepening our stretch. So we're coming to the end. Hopefully we're feeling good. Sense of accomplishment. 10 minutes can do so much for us. Or 9 or 8 or wherever we're at today. Breathe, yeah, a little deeper. Really stretch it out. Oh, yes. And well done. Thank you for showing up again. Oh, stretch it. Just sort of shake it out nicely. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to teach you. I'm going to tell you about how I've found we can really increase our willpower. There's a great teacher named Don DePonde who taught this to me. I'm going to share his wisdom with you. Keep showing up. We continue to build discipline, consistency, and flexibility. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.